Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to easily replace a broken wheel stud. Let's go ahead and get started. To complete this, pretty much all you need are obviously your replacement studs. You can pick them up anywhere, automotive stores, online, different places like that. You will need some kind of a sledgehammer to bang them out. And I'm using a breaker bar for this video, but if you have an impact wrench, that helps as well to put them back in. But this is all you need. We're going to start by getting the car up in the air. I'm using just a hydraulic jack, but you can use the jack that came with the vehicle. But you want to make sure that you don't rely solely on the jack, regardless of what jack you're using. Always use jack stands. If we come here, you can see that this has 5 lug nuts that it should have, which means it has 5 studs. There's only 4. If we get a close up in here, you can see one of them is broken off in there. That is not good. You want to make sure that you have all of them. Now the other side is missing 2, which is the one that we're going to be filming for this video. Let's head over to the other side and I'll show you what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with here. We have these studs. 2 of them were broken off. 1 has been broken off, needed to be replaced. And then this one, because the tire shop tightened the lug nut too tight and cross-threaded it, snapped it off. So you don't want to be driving with only 3 of the 5 or even 4 of the 5. You want to get that corrected. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to get the rotor off. To do that, we need to remove the caliper. So let's head around to the caliper. We'll go ahead and take those off so we can pop that off. Coming around here to the back, you have 2 what are known as caliper guide pins, one on the top, one on the bottom, that need to be removed. So for whatever vehicle you're working on, you'll need to get the right socket or wrench size to get those off. Let's remove those so we can slide the caliper off from the rotor. Next, we can slide the caliper off. Grab that. There we go. You want to be careful with the brake line that's attached, so we're going to set it up here off to the side. I'm resting mine right up here where the strut connects to the knuckle. Some people will use wire hanger to hold it. What you don't want is stress on that brake line. Now the rotor will slide right off, and here we have our hub, and in the back there's a little area where you can knock out the studs and feed the new one in. I'll show you. Here's the opening right here where you can knock it through. So you'll need to keep it in neutral. Make sure you have your e-brake on and shock the wheels, but you can rotate it and line it up with that to knock it out. Let me get a closer shot. You can see the stud is lined up with that opening, so we can knock it out. So let's get a sledgehammer so we can bang that through. I have a 3-pound sledgehammer. We'll give it a good whack. There we go. Popped it through, and here it is. Came right out. We have another one, this lower one, so we're going to rotate that one into the same spot while we're here. Bang that one out as well. Give it a good whack. And here it is. Got that one out as well. Here's our new studs. Obviously, here's the old ones. You want to make sure that you get the right studs. These are notched, so these are as well. You can get these at automotive stores, online, everywhere. They're fairly inexpensive for studs, but let's go ahead and we'll put these in place. Now to install the new one, you're pretty much just going to come around here the back, that same slot, feed it through, line it up. And you want to take that notched out piece, turn it towards the knuckle. That way you can clear it. The flat side facing towards the knuckle. Slides right into place. Once we have it in place, the way that I do it to lock it in is I'll take the lug nut, feed it on here, and then we'll take, for this video I'm going to use an impact wrench. You can use an impact wrench or you can use breaker bar. or actually I'm sorry, for this video I'm using a breaker bar. And you can just tighten this on and it will pull it through. And that's how I usually do it. So let's do that. All right, with it in place. And we're going to put the car in gear. That way it doesn't rotate on us. We want that nice and locked. There we go. Take this. Just crank it. If need be, go ahead and put the rotor on to give yourself a little more clearance to pull it, so that way you can get that extra space in there. Because you want to make sure that this thing is completely through, and I'll show you, because the back of the stud cannot be hanging out where it hits anything when it's rotating. There we go. Everything has been pulled through. You can see it's flush because you have like nuts and things here that you need it to clear. You don't want it hitting that. I'm going to put the other one in, and then we'll be back to take a look at it and wrap it up. Both of the studs have been replaced. If we turn it, clearance, no issues at all. Let me get a shot around back so you can see what we're talking about. These are the new studs. This one here, that one there, you can see the clearance is very good, nice and snug. Here's the older ones, you can see nice and flush. Perfect. Everything's good. So the next thing you want to do, we're going to bring our caliper back in, put that back in place. Now you may have to compress the caliper because of taking it off. If you want to see a video I did on how to do that, you can check it out via the link above. But normally you can just use C-clamps and just push it back in place and fit it in. We're not going to cover that in this video. So that wraps up this video on how to replace the broken studs on your vehicle. I hope that this video was informative for you, helped you out with any projects you're working on. As always, I appreciate all the support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.